rolling and ready when you are.
So, we're literally rolling. So we are today painting a floor for a community sauna project in Birmingham. Why we've decided to make this video, I guess, is to actually promote volunteering. So I started volunteering in 2017 when I was ill with stage 4 endometriosis. I had lost my voice, so I wasn't able to work as a teacher. And I'd been sitting at home and had slowly started, within 6 months of sort of not doing anything, had slowly started becoming depressed, and my mental health was really suffering because I wasn't connecting with anyone. I was unable to communicate with people. I was also in a really bad spot because I couldn't think about what my future might be. I had no idea whether I would be able to heal from endometriosis, whether my voice would ever come back. So I started in 2017 volunteering for a homeless charity in Birmingham. And I just sorted their clothing donations, helped on the shower desk, those sort of things. And I ended up doing that for about 6 years. And it really was my absolute lifeline in those years when, you know, I was mentally suffering. And I did like a day once a week. It meant I could get out of my house, I could get out of my own head. I was interacting with other people, even if I wasn't speaking much. But also they were people, like I worked with the homeless, so they were people who were kind of, as bad as this sounds, worse off than me. And that really put my struggles into perspective for me.
Wenke started while she was developing her practice, facilitating and holding drum circle spaces. Wenke started running drum circles, and so if you can imagine the slight chaos and comings and goings of a homeless drop-in centre, and people kind of coming in, experiencing homelessness and what goes along with that, you know, feelings of insecurity and at the minimum, and then coming into this drum circle and the space that was shared there and the difference between how people left having been taking part in that drum circle. It was just, I felt it. And so I started kind of being like, do you want to take a little, should we go in there? Should we go and see what's going on in there? And it was a really, really beautiful, precious space, and it was just about like the frequency of the place and the energy of the place, and people bring that and people create that, and the space that was created through drumming and shared drumming was really, really powerful for the people accessing the centre and the people working and volunteering at the centre.
There's also something really valuable about giving back to society and sharing the skill sets, and sometimes the skill set could just be literally having 2 arms and being able to get on your knees to paint a floor.
There's a kind of flow between energy we put out and what the world looks like, and community is the difference between how it will look when we leave it. I think in a city like Birmingham, we have a lot of challenges, like systemic challenges, which mean that people have very different access to things that we should all just have access to: affordable housing, affordable food, and the spirit of communities coming together to equal out those gaps mean that there's like hope and possibility where otherwise there is a deficit. I think that we are the people that we're around, you know, like at one end of the spectrum of being involved in a community is smiling to a stranger. Cheesy as it may sound, but what happens there, that's a spread of energy, a spread of positive energy. Community is your home, and it doesn't have to be your community of where you live as well. I think what I love about Birmingham is how communities form around like interests, passions, hobbies. This sauna really, you know, was a product of a few people saying, we want to put our minds to this. We all want to put our minds to the same thing, and therefore we're going to like bring our energy together to make this happen. And we've had beautiful help from people in our community. It really has been been built by the community, from people coming together and doing like a slat of wood party and like hand sanding the pieces of cedar, to people deciding to spare a £5, a tenner, buy some sauna slots in advance. It's what we've got, it's what makes life.
Yeah.
your people around you. And
so that really started off my volunteering journey, and I've since planted trees. I mean, there are so many opportunities where you can go and volunteer, whether it's going and reading with the kids in your local primary school, whether it's going and helping in a community garden, whether it's helping in a charity shop, whether it's helping at your local church. So many opportunities exist for you to share yourself, to share your time, to share your people power. The next thing is also that we live in a world where if we want to create more equality and we want to create more community and we want to offer things to community, it is us coming together and giving our time freely, because the vast majority of projects, the big expense of it is the people power. If you had to pay an hourly rate to someone to do the work, most community projects would never come off the ground. So they live of volunteers. They can happen because people will freely give their time. So if you are ill with endometriosis, and loads of clients I work with literally are in the same position. They had to give up their 9-to-5 job because they're so ill and their illness does not allow them to work, because it also depends so much on the day, on how you're feeling. There might be a day where you're absolutely fine, and then the next day you can't move because of the pain. So volunteering might be a good way of just getting yourself out of your own two walls, get back into connecting with other people, because that is so important for all of us, for our mental health, for our general well-being, to feel you are part of something, to feel you belong, to feel there's a purpose to you being here other than just being in pain. Here's my shout out. Get yourself out there, get yourself out into the world and give something back.